G'day and welcome to the first episode of my lockdown series. 4 days of lockdown. So I'm going to do a video a day. I'll roll it on video I made this morning. I guess it takes the boredom away. Enjoy it. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Don't take the lockdown too seriously. It's only 4 days. Don't panic buy toilet paper because you can't return it. Beck's in the shed, reading the paper. Fire's on. Hope you enjoy the video. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to another episode. So, a common one I get asked lately is about my fireplace. Now, it's made of truck brake drums. I bought them off a guy. They were cheap. They weren't even 20 bucks each, I don't think. Bit of scrap metal. Another bit of scrap metal. The base plate, which you can't really see, is I got a laser cut, and it's like barbecue grates. So that was about the most expensive thing of the whole thing. The flue was from the tip. It was about $5, I think. And then obviously I've had to buy the thing for the top and the rubber boot that goes over to stop the water coming through. So we'll get it cranking. Now, a lot of people ask me, they want to make one. Would I do it again? And to be honest, the answer is no. You can't flue it off. So if it's on, it's on. You can flue it off a little bit, but it's still flat out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just flat out. Does chew a lot of wood. I'd easily go through a big wheelbarrow load in a day. So in a sitting. I'd easily go through a wheelbarrow load and probably what's there in an afternoon sitting. So, in terms of economic, definitely not. Takes a lot to heat up. It also depends on a few things like the size of your shed. This is quite a big shed, but it still heats it. Beck comes in the arbory on a cold day sometimes and she comes in and she goes, oh, it's warm in here. You know, it's jackets off and whatever else, but I reckon it takes a good, I'd say 2 hours to heat it, and that's constantly feeding it with good jarrah. Once it's hot, it stays hot, and you can kind of flue it off and chuck a bit in every now and again, but it does lose a lot of heat. It was quite hard to cut and weld because it's cast, so yeah, it's quite a common question of would I build one again, and to be honest, the answer is no. Obviously depends on your size of your shed and whatever else, and your wood availability. You've got shitloads of wood but this is alright for us, because I'm not in here all the time, obviously I'm at work. So I'd nearly use a 6x4 trail load in a week if I'm in here flat out. And I usually am. So as you can see, it starts getting quite inefficient. I really wish I put in a proper wood fire, you know, the big ones you can buy, but I didn't. Or a Metas stove or something of that caliber. I have looked at putting a flue in to fluid at the top, but never got around to it. But like I said, once it's hot, it's bloody hot. It is cranking. And this gets about 500 or 600 degrees. So, yeah. Anyway, would I do it again? No. If you want to do it, brake drums. They're cheap. They're quite easily accessible. 3 brake drums. That was the most expensive bit at, I think it was about $100. 10 mil. And then laser cut. Like I said, I found all the flue. I got it for nothing at the tip, $5. This was a bit of scrap. It's actually quite hard to weld, so it's just stacked together, and this is welded on. But I don't know if you'll be able to see. There's a bit of a gap. Can you see in there? Oh, you probably can't. So it doesn't seal all the way around. You could probably seal it, but I never did. So you do lose a bit of smoke through the top. Not going to change it because it's here. Does the job, but like I said, it's thirsty. It's kind of like a V8 race car. It's on. It's got to be on. There's no in between. There's no we'll back it off for a lap. It's just on. But anyway, there's my fire. Thanks for watching. For all the people that ask, and it's quite a common one. Every time I put a video up in the shed, what fireplace is that? But anyway, there you have it. I'm going to crank the hell out of it. Sit by it because it's cold and rainy today. If you've got any questions, if I've missed something, let me know. Make sure you like the video, please. It helps me eventually. Subscribe, all that junk. Anyway, I'm going to crank this up, put a bit of a time lapse on, and we'll get it glowing hot. So, thanks for watching. Now this is where it starts to take off like a rocket. You can hear it. See, it's still pretty cool. It takes ages to heat up. So I'll do one of these in about an hour, but I won't sit here with it. And you can go from there. You see how cool it is. I don't know if you can see that. Hang on. Can you see that? It's quite warm in there. But yeah, it takes ages to heat up. Getting warmer. Now it's raging. I'm a good metre back, and we're at steel temp of 185, and it's probably been on for 40 minutes or so. Depends where you put it. 200. Then you get in there. It only goes to 500, this thing, or 400. Yeah, it won't do 500. But you can hear it. It's just absolutely raging. I might come back in an hour and show you how hot it is, but I'm not going to sit here for another hour and do this. And then you'll see the full potential of it. So I've been gone for about an hour, and we'll come back. Well, if you look at this, this is that's door temperature. So she's up there. See how? So see what I mean? It takes a while to get hot, but when it's hot, she's cranking. flued up as much as it was. This door's shut as best as I could. And that's what I come back to. And it was stocked as high as I could get it, as much as I could get in there. And that's what you get left after about an hour. So, I mean, that'll stay hot for a good couple of hours. But, like I said, it's not an economical fire, if that's what you're building one for. Great for heat, but not for, what's the word, longevity. But anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Want to know anything else, like I said, let me know and I'll do it. But there you go.